OBS today. What's going on, y'all? So we are going to finish yesterday's chat, and we're going to do it in OBS. Okay. You guys got any questions? Make sure you ask. Okay. This is for I think we have Twitch on here too. Okay. So if y'all on Twitch, y'all can ask a question too. So this is about navigating through YouTube for those free classes. It's also a little note for you in regard to in schools. I don't teach physically straight out billing and coding. I teach you guys to pass your CPC, and the billing and coding is something along the way. But if you guys are in a billing school, make sure that they are telling you that you cannot be a coder without having a certification. Now, yes, there are different certifications that you can get, but some of them are kind of like coding specialists, a little bit more downgrade from the regular coding. I'm just putting a couple of sites up here so you guys can take a look at them. So I'm a little bit more freelance on, some of y'all that are in the classroom, y'all sending me stuff about, y'all can't get in. All right, so y'all there look at these two chats to make sure y'all can get to the and make sure that you pass that test, because it's not in their accreditation to make you take this test, or in any way. As a medical billing and coding school, their accreditation is to teach you this. Coding school, their accreditation is to teach you this, teach you that, teach you that, teach you this, and teach you this. Okay. If it's one of the smaller ones like NHA or something like this, it's like $100 or $85 to take the test. Okay, yeah, you probably come, coding specialist, but technically to do charge entry, you don't even need that. To be a mastery level coder, you need a HIMA, or you need CCSP, or you need AAPC CPC. You guys know I'm AAPC CPC. So I just definitely want to throw that in. I don't know, I think I got a chat out there I'm supposed to do on that, but I'm just kind of throwing it in. I think I dropped a video on that. I don't know. Okay. So that I wanted to just kind of put out there. When you go to billing and coding school, they are not mandated to assure that you're certified, which I just do not understand, because if it's a medical billing and coding school, okay, don't they know that you cannot be a coder without being certified? I just don't get it. I guess they kind of put it on you, and I guess it depends on the instructor. It depends on whether that's the way you want to go, because you don't have to be a coder when you do attend these schools. No, of course not. If you want to go to billing and coding school and you just want to learn the trade, okay, you just want to kind of learn the trade. Online school, off school, traditional school, we still have to use a curriculum. I don't just teach y'all in my academy. I don't just give y'all anything on YouTube. I teach what is in my curriculum. I teach what you're supposed to get. Okay, don't forget, I'm still going to throw that customer service thing in there and make sure when y'all do go on y'all interviews, y'all talking right. Don't talk like me. Don't follow Miss Lambert. Y'all know I don't have no sense. Okay? So, in your school, if you choose to go to a medical billing and coding school, just know that you will not be a coder unless you are certified. Okay? Biller, you can become a biller. I just need you to do 6 months of billing and be able to pass a billing test when I give it to you before I hire you. Okay, that's all I need you to do. Okay, the coding is going to be a little bit more different. Y'all know me. I've hired, coders without them getting their certificate, because you can pass my coding test. Of course, I'm going to give you a chance, and hopefully other people will give other people a chance. And I say, oh no, you got to have your certificate. Oh no, I would never do that. Okay, I'm giving you a chance to get what you need to get. Okay, but just know, I see so much marketing, the billing and coding schools, and oh my God, I had no idea, even myself, that there were so many billing and coding schools. And I market to all of them. Y'all know that. I market to every single one I come across, from Louisiana to New York. And when I go to visit these different facilities and hospitals, I don't visit schools. I visit facilities, and I thought about that. That might be like kind of a next thing to do, because when it comes to medical billing and code in school, I'm teaching them how to pass their CPC. I'm teaching them how to pass their coding exam. No matter, it doesn't have to be CPC, whatever they want to take. Okay, whatever they want to take. In most cases, CCSP, you need to have your CCA, so you need to kind of creep up to that. Okay. But if you guys want to know about that one, that's the hospital, more like the hospital coders. They do a lot more in AHIMA. A totally different entity. Y'all can jump on that and check them out. But I definitely want to let you guys know, if you're in a medical billing and coding school, don't give up, okay? Whether you pass or fail, do not give up. Whether you just took a break, do not give up. And I know I feel bad for some of my students. I don't just have one student. I have several students that have gone to school and they just didn't finish. They couldn't finish. Maybe something happened. Maybe something traumatic happened, or maybe they had to change. You just feel bad all in all, because then they have to pay, for the student loan. Okay, and again, that's one of the reasons why we made this program. So, and programmers are getting better every day. Don't call me and say, Miss Lambert, I see a misspelling. I know they in there. We're gonna fix them. Okay, especially with this AI thing going on. Oh my God. Look for this program. Okay, so and again, somebody asked me about the grant. No, I don't have any more grants. I do have a hardship, and I do have a deduction that's in there. If you're already in like the billing field, or you took your classes already, or if you're done already, that's a whole different ballgame. When you guys go on my website and put stuff in there, administration will get back to you, but they still let me know every time somebody comes in there, or if I need to jump on. Just let me know your situation, and we're gonna figure it out. All right, we want to give you the tools to put you in the right place. Okay. I did meet somebody, naming no names. I did meet somebody the other day who did take a test, and she missed it by 3 points. No, she's not in my class, but that could be anybody. Just don't be devastated. I hope she is watching this video. Don't get devastated. It's not the book that you need. The step-by-step book is a beginner book. The step-by-step book is a book that we teach you how to code. It is a mandated book across medical billing and coding schools. That's the book that we use from Elsevier. That's the book that we use, books. If you take a test and you do fail it, you do not need that book. You already know how to code. If you fail a test by 1 point, I have no doubt that you know how to code. My doubt is the fact that you are too slow. You are too slow. You ever heard that expression? And y'all see that in my bio. Y'all see that in my marketing. Quality education without a student loan. Quality education, not thousands of dollars. You see what I'm saying? You have to be able to code fast and accurate. You cannot spend more than 2 minutes on a question. Me, 1.5, get out of there. 1.5, get out of there. Don't think about it. Boom, boom, get out of there. Because we're going to give you this much time left to go back and look at it. So when you're coding and you go, I did not miss again. I mean, I tell people that go 1, 2, 3. I have girlfriends from many, many years ago that go, Lisa, I need you right now. And okay, I got you. And the most thing I'm telling them, the same thing I'm about to tell you. You have to retain what you are studying, okay? Especially if you take that test and you missed it by 1, you missed it by 2, and you're like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Look at your scores. See where your weakest link is. Wherever your weakest link is when you have taken that exam, whether it's a HEMA or a APC, that's the one you're spending too much time on. That's the one you need to study. That is the one that you need to make sure that you're a part on. And how you do that, in my world, AAPC, you need the CPC guide. You need the CPC guide. You need the pre-exams we give you. We need the HIM test that we give you. You need to practice to get your speed up. You need to hit YouTube, whichever section you bombed on, hit YouTube. Okay, so I don't know where you at. I hope you watching this video. You don't need the step-by-step book. You're about to waste $100. Okay, you already know how to code. The step-by-step book is for people who don't know how to code. You're teaching them how to code. You already know how to code. You need to now you need to learn how to master what you know. You almost master-ish, but you have to get your speed up. And the problem is you're not familiar with the surgeries. You're not familiar with the terms. In whatever section you bombed on, okay, my suggestion to you is go to my playlist. Okay, I know we're going to get into the playlist, y'all. We're going to get to the playlist. The playlist is free. You need to go to that section that you did not pass, or whichever one you got the lowest score on. Okay, just hit the lowest ones. That's the ones you're spending too much time on. Go to medical terminology section, pause on it. Read that section, medical terminology section, read it. Okay, step by step is just going to show you how to code it. You know how to code it. You just cannot master that section. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Okay, and then you're going to get your CPC guide, go to that section, and you're going to practice. Okay, all free. Okay, now, so let's get that out the way. So just remember, okay, the schools are wonderful. I have nothing against schools. You all already know that. Okay, you go to school, you get a student loan. I ain't hating on your. Okay, I would rather you go ahead and get certified, especially if you already paid that $20,000. Okay, the new project that I'm getting ready to do, I have to revamp a lot of stuff that I have indicated and put it in a form where what you're doing is good. You just need to follow through with it and not get bored with it. Okay, it's just like a PowerPoint. If you make 50 PowerPoints, about 10 you bored. Slow down. Study for an hour, you finish. Now you get ready to retain that. Okay, you come back, you finish, you get ready to retain that. Okay, so don't get bombed out. When you don't pass, and like, oh no, I got to get this. Oh no, okay, all right, let me get that. Okay, no. The good thing that happened to you is that you ran into somebody who owns that program. You ran into somebody who built that program for her own facility. And what I've told you a few minutes ago, that's how you're going to pass that exam. You pass that exam, I want you to come back and say, Miss Lisa, I don't know why I didn't find you in the first place. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to get your index cards. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Go to the site. Okay, find out what you bombed on. Okay, which you already know. Okay, get your index cards. The sections that you're weak on, that's where you're going to get strong at. Don't kill yourself with each one. Don't kill yourself with all 21 parts of the body. Go head on to what you got your lowest score on. Okay, that's what you're going to do. All right, you want to test yourself. Okay, every time you code, you get better. Every time you code, you get better. You're not driving on a specialty, you're doing all specialties. But just think of it. You did good in 4. The 5th one, you need to do better. Just remember, these are specialties that you are testing on. So if you got an 80 in that specialty and you got a 70 in that one, now you know where you need to pick up. Okay? So let's go ahead and lift off where we left yesterday. What time is it? 12:23. I don't know what time I started. Okay, 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started with the track. So when you guys go into YouTube, you guys are going to hit on my playlist. Okay, go to my playlist. And when you go into the playlist, I'm going to pull it up right now. I don't know if it's going to pull up. I'm trying to see. Y'all know I'm getting new with this stuff. So when you guys see my front page right there, right? When you go on my channel, I'll get in there. When you go on my channel, I know I'm getting savvy with the WhatsApp. I'm starting to use AI, with them. When you go on my channel, it got me with four chats. Okay, yeah, make sure y'all don't miss none of them chats. I don't even know when they are. I gotta look at them. So you go to playlists, right? And probably pull up my own playlist, right? So this is what I wanted to show you yesterday, okay? So you see this one that says coding class. This might be chit chat stuff in there, okay? It says coding class. It could be stuff that I'm just talking about or I'm just chit chatting about, something that I want y'all to know, okay? But here, where it says the free class hub, that's where you're going to find the free classes. Now, I have different things split up in my playlist, like HicksPig, Financial Services, HicksPigs, Education Tools for Yourself. You can find all kind of stuff in here, okay? I know that's when I first started my, what's the face? I probably was 50 pounds lighter than I am now. Yeah, I started something new. Go find my Ozempic video. Anyway, y'all see how I get those off. Okay, so click on that. Click on the playlist. Okay, I can see it over here. Click on the playlist. This, which will probably be. Okay, so I just gotta click this down here. Okay, y'all do the same thing. Click down here where it says View Playlist. Because I just want to view the playlist. I don't want to watch the video while I'm showing y'all. Okay? So, I'm waiting for this one to change. Okay, so when you get right here, okay, you can play all of them at one time, or you can go one at a time. Okay? So, yesterday we was kind of running through and we got about 103 in here. Okay, about 103 in here, and this is up like this because I was messing with it yesterday. So here, this one is just pretty much telling you about the school, about the academy, what it's about, XYZ. Okay, here this is telling you about authorization. It got to do with medical billing. Okay, and medical billing has a wide range of things that you're going to do, but that's what you're going to start with. Okay, everything that's in here as far as medical billing, because medical billing was your first class. New class, medical coding, look at that. Okay, now when you get here, because remember we were talking about this yesterday, but I couldn't pull this up yesterday, but I got it pulled up now, right? ED, CLS, MIB, that's medical insurance billing. Okay, that's your first class. Okay, that's your second class, right? 3, and you just keep going. This class has about, I don't know, 15 or 20, maybe 15 or 20 in here. I have stuff here about Obamacare, still medical billing, but this is the playlist for it. Okay, this is the playlist for it. So, and you know, like YouTube, you normally can download off of you. I don't know if it's normal or not, but if you guys can download and put it in a folder. We're still going to click on the YouTube. Okay. CLS MIB 12, Sapphire coding course. Okay. This probably when I had the course for $59.99 in the portal. Okay. A lot of times if I get grants or something, I will put that up there. There's none now, but there is still a course in Sapphire Academy that's $99 that y'all still can get in on. If not, you guys go ahead and pick the $49. That $49 is just a website price. If you go into the bookstore, it's $1,300. Okay, so no, I always have some type of grant to knock that down. Don't worry about that. Just get it. Just go to the website and get it from there. Yeah. And don't forget, if you go to the website and get it, it's $49. You can do one of those payment plans. But I'm not sure. I think PayPal has to actually approve you. So you have to have a PayPal account. Or I'm not sure how it goes, but I know when you go in there, it's supposed to show $25 or $100 that you're going to pay. Terminology prefixes, all done, all updated. When you get into, let me get back in. I wonder why I can't just, okay. So when you get into medical terminology, you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna do the same thing, okay? Uh, no. Okay, so that's medical MT for medical terminology, and now you're gonna do the coding class. CDG is the coding class, and just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Okay, so um, you can watch one video, or you can watch all the videos. So I don't want you guys to get stuck when you're trying to do the free class. Do the free class off of the playlist the same way that I just showed you guys. Okay. You can, if you don't want to do the CDG coding class, you do not have to. If you just want to do the billing, just do the billing class. If you just want to do the medical terminology, just do the medical terminology. Okay, but again, you have to stay focused, and you must use a book or something, okay, to retain, or make you some index cards so that you can retain. Okay, because it's hard to study. I'm telling you, it's hard to study. You just have to have that focus ability, and tell yourself, I'm getting past this. I'm getting ready to do this. We are getting ready to do this. Okay, that's the only way you're gonna get it done. Navigating through the free course. If you like I said, if you get stuck, you guys make sure you get at me. This is the second chat to that. We did the first one, but this one I wanted to make sure I showed you guys how to get to those playlists. Here, I don't know if I put them at the bottom of this, but here is the books with the ISBN, which I haven't put this up in a while. But we'll go ahead and put it up. This is your 2026. This is your 2026. And the reason I like when you guys look at these books is because they're free for the first 35%. And it gives you a chance to kind of look at them to see, if you want to purchase your book from there. You can go to Amazon, you can go to, wherever to purchase your book. But this gives you an idea, and it also gives you an idea to start your course quickly, because you'll have the book already. Okay, and those links still should also be below. If once you click that, it should take you straight to. It's going to take you to Amazon anyway, and I'm gonna put the link up here. And you can go to Amazon. You can go to Amazon. You can go to Amazon and get your books. I know I haven't been on Twitch in a long time. I usually kind of combine the Twitch with this one, but I haven't been on it in a long time. I think it'd be at 90 degrees today, but we're gonna have a problem. So so I got like this big contract that I'm doing, and that's why I have not been on as much as I used to. But I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying to get on. I cannot wait to tell y'all about this contract that I got. I'm gonna take y'all with me. Y'all already know that. Y'all know Miss Lambert is not just a teacher. Okay. We gotta each one teach one. Okay. I don't care if you're having a bad day. I need to call Miss Lambert. Call Miss Lambert. We always have a conversation. Okay. Sometimes when I do the political thing, when I'm on my Twitter, we can't have a conversation about that. That's only with them, because then I gotta get feisty. Then Miss Lambert gotta get feisty and start talking about political crazy stuff. But when we're talking about class and you guys passing the coding, we gotta get straight. Okay. I don't want you guys to give up. Okay. I don't want you guys to feel like you can't do billing and coding. Remember when I told you the hardest thing about the billing and the coding is what, Miss Lambert? Passing the test. When you pass this test and you get out there to code, everything is almost AI. You can't listen. Robots cannot do anything without us telling them to do them. Okay, when you put that code in on that system, it's going to just verify that you got the right code. Okay, so do not get scared of the AI thing. Okay, don't get scared of the AI thing. Okay, and make sure you guys either email me, DM me, whatever you need to do. If you got those of you who are on Sapphire coding, I'm gonna be on I'm gonna be on after this. When you guys go on the Sapphire code and you see that green check in there, y'all know I'm on. So I'm gonna do a flash thing right now. Um, Today. So this is only for today. Okay, if you guys go to my website, I don't know how that can be done. I have no idea, but send me an email. Send me an email. Let me know you want to join the class. Okay, and I'm gonna have them fix it for this price. Of course I can. I'm the owner. I can do what I want. Okay, once I tell them what I need them to do. So my program right now, I don't have any grants for it or anything like that. But this is for today. We're coming into summer and we're coming off a spring break. And a lot of you do want to get to class and you do want to get the more information. You do want to get the more program. I have two in there. There's also one in there for the $99. Okay. If you do the one for the $99 today, we'll put everything in there. Okay, I'm gonna put everything in there. Okay, and some of you already have billing, but especially I hope some of you who are getting ready to take your test on this video, so that I can give you that information. Okay, make sure you pass your test. Okay, that's only going to be for this video, and we're only going to do it for today. So it's a $99 for the advanced class, and that's going to come with a CPT. It's going to come with a test. It's going to come with everything. Okay, your $59 are going to be with the billing and coding for new people. Okay, and that is because we want to make sure you get the right thing. So some of you, especially for some of you who are having it a little bit difficult in trying to navigate through YouTube. I put the classes also in, the educational portion of YouTube, but that was always almost a little confusing to me. Okay, so I took it off. But again, those prices that I just put up there for that tuition, I just took off that tuition. That's for only y'all who are looking at this chat today. Okay, that's only for today. Okay, and even if you don't plan on taking a course right now, I would jump on that and get that. So I can have administration send you a welcome kit, a welcome packet, help you with your test, help you with billing. Even if you're in a school already, we have free books in there, language of medicine. I'm working on a step-by-step and trying to get you guys that step-by-step. I can't give you my teacher's link, but I'm going to figure out a way for the step-by-step, because that book is very expensive. Even though we go over the book in the classroom, I'm working on how to give you that step-by-step book, or how you can view that step-by-step book. You can do it in the Sapphire portal, but YouTube is massive. I can't let you guys do it on YouTube. You only can do it in the Sapphire portal. But that $59.99 and that $99 for that advanced course, that's only for the YouTube. And I have to do some type of courtesy for you guys if you're telling me that you haven't. So I've got a couple of DMs where you say that you're confused and you can't go through. You're having issues trying to go through the YouTube. So that's why I decided to do the two chats on the free class in here, and I decided to go ahead and do this tuition for today. So that you guys can get in on the classes. When you go on the Sapphire portal, all of the YouTube classes are in there in order. It saves you from having to look for stuff. It saves you from having to look for stuff. So let's say, like how we went into the portal right here, and I showed you guys how to go through the portal. I showed you guys how to pick up the classes that you want to look at. In the portal, you just click. You're going to see billing class, medical terminology class, coding class. You can get into any one you want to. And usually when I upload a class, everybody gets the class. Like when we finish with this and I go into the portal, the last 4 or 5 that we did, I'm getting ready to upload to the Sapphire Coding Academy, and then everybody's going to get it so they can know, okay, Miss Lambert already put this class in there. They're going to look at it. So in retrospect of that, you don't have to. This class was made so that you can work independently. I keep track of you. Okay? When I forget to call somebody or somebody just, have not gotten in touch with me, that's what this is. I don't put no names on there. Let's get a blank page. That's what this is for. You see, yes, I have a regular academy. It's not like I just made them digital, stuff and just no. I have to keep track of everybody in the classroom. I have to keep track of what you are doing. Okay, if you get to the point where you forgot to follow up Miss Lambert and tell me where you at, then yeah, I'm gonna reach out to you. And it is because the Sapphire Academy is an independent course. I mean, you guys are all downloading courses, but you're downloading them in a specific order. When let's say you're doing the first coding classes, how do I do ICD-10? What is ICD-10? I have tests that I have already created for years that I've already had. I just update those tests. You have to take them after each chapter. So that's another thing. Even though we went over a little bit of this yesterday. So YouTube, when you get your book, even if you get even if you get this book first, let's say you want to do medical terminology first. Or medical insurance billing. Okay, I'm trying to pull this up. I don't know why I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, if you get this book first. Why are we still on that? Hold on. If you get your medical insurance bill, I don't know, it must have knocked me out. If you get your medical insurance billing book first, right? Let me see what this is on. It might still be on that. I'm gonna have to come up out of that. For some reason it got locked on it. If you get your medical insurance billing book first, which is this book right here that I'm getting ready to put up there, I'm not sure why that's locked in on that. It must have knocked me out when I came up in there. Let me see. Yeah. We can get rid of that. I don't need that. Let me see if it lets you, let me show you to you now. I don't know what it's showing. Yeah. Okay, so don't worry about that. I'm gonna put the book up there right now, so you guys can go ahead and look at the book. So what I'm putting up there right now is a medical insurance billing book. Now the medical insurance billing book is last year's the same book. They just updated the same book, and it's now 2026. So when you get ready to go on and get this book, I'm putting a link up there now for you guys to go ahead and look at it. And by all means, if you just started this class and you need a book, here, use the book. Okay, that's the medical insurance billing book. So YouTube. You will be looking at the medical insurance billing, right? So you're going to read that chapter, okay? What I just put up, that's the workbook, hold on. Okay, so that's the workbook. So here is the other book, okay? This is the reading book. So you're on the playlist. So remember, I just showed you how to do the playlist, right? I don't know what that is. Just showed you how to do the playlist. So with the playlist, you're going to read your first chapter. I'm going to use the first chapter as an example. You're going to read your first chapter, right? When you finish with your first chapter, you're going to do the exercise in the book. Okay, you're going to do the exercise in the book. And then you're going to move on. Your book more than likely has the answers in the back of the book. Okay? If you're using the language of medicine, you might have odd or even numbers. I have a teacher's version. If you want the whole thing checked, I'll go ahead and check it for you. No, if you're in the Sapphire class, or you can send it to me if it's a certain amount. Now, YouTube is very big. Okay. So it's going to be the same thing for each class. So let's say we're doing a step-by-step book. Okay. Let's say you're doing it independently, you don't feel like getting in on a class with Miss Lambert, and when you're independent, so you're going to do your first chapter, your step by step. It's going to be complicit. It's going to be complicit with the CPC guide. It's still going to be the business of medicine. It's going to show you a little bit about insurance. As you can see, even my class is complicit with the CPC guide, because that's how I teach you guys. I teach you like that so you can pass the CPC. So, so again, first chapter. That you do, you're going to read that. It's pretty much in the beginning of the step-by-step book. It's a teaching book, okay? You're going to do that chapter, and then you're going to do the workbook, okay? The workbook should come after. So if you and I are doing class, let's say we were doing class today, right? Or any class, or if you're archiving. So you have your hour for archive, or hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever, however long I teach a class, Okay, you're going to finish with that, and then you're going to do your workbook. Then you're going to do your workbook. Okay, and keep up with what you're doing. I mean, you can make a chart yourself inside of a Word document so that you can keep up what you're doing. In the Sapphire Academy, I'll give you tools to keep up with what you're doing. You get a list of all the classes that you should be taking. You make a folder, you make a Sapphire folder for yourself, and everything that you see that you need is you download it from the bookstore. So you can download anything you want from the bookstore that relates to your class. So let's say CPT, the CPT class for the $99 that you guys are looking at up there. Once you download that class, everything is in there. When you're going to get a first email, oh, thank you for such and such and such, and your next email is going to say, here, open up your download. So when you do the downloads, it's going to come in a zip folder. The zip folder, click on it, and then it's going to come in a blue folder. Take that folder and name it, or make a bigger folder and name it Sapphire Academy, and then you can work from there. So you don't have to get everything at one time. You can do a couple of courses. You can do cardiology one time. Cardiology may be what you didn't do good on, So yeah, that's what you're going to need to study. So as you're going through the playlist, that's what you're going to do. So yeah, in the beginning of this video, we showed you how to get to the playlist. You can play the full playlist, just let it keep running, or you can go pick whatever you want to watch. My advice is, for the free classes, watch the video, okay? Take notes. Video is finished. DM Ms. Lambert if you need to DM me. Okay, next, what you're going to do is your 1 hour reading. Okay, within that reading, you should be doing your exercise. Okay, because your theory is with me. Theory is me doing the lecture. Okay, now, okay, this is your homework. So you're doing the reading of the chapter 1, and you're doing your exercise. I have students who read first, exercise next, or students who read and exercise combined. Okay, if you come across something that you're not clear on, all you're going to do is search engine it, or this is for my coders, or put it in on YouTube so you can see it. For a young lady who got missed her test by a little bit, put up the surgeries. I want you to also look at surgeries that have to do with the section that you missed. Okay, so you can still see in your mind what them surgeries are looking like. Because when you're coding, you're almost like a surgeon. You almost have to put yourself in a situation of how the provider, how the surgeon is doing the surgery, or what did they do to the patient. Okay, these are for the cases, because the cases are going to be your longest. The open and close questions is nothing. You should be breezing through them. What we say about open and close: one sentence answer. Okay, that's what they want. How many bones in the body? B, C, D. 106, 136. Answer. Okay, that's the open and close question. So what time is it? 41, 12:25. Okay, so if you guys got any questions, let me know. Now, I've kind of skipped through a couple of messages that's on here, but for this chat, there's a $59 YouTube promo that I just put out there, and then there's the $99 promo. It's not actually a promo. There is a course that's $99, and it's just a coding course. But for this stream only, we're doing that. We're doing that for this stream only. Okay, I keep keeping up time because I only got a couple hours. So, as far as the free classes are concerned, take advantage of the classes that are here, because of the fact that you have to be a certified coder in order to code. Okay, it's not completely necessary that you be a certified professional biller to be a biller, but for you to get ahead of the game, of course I would definitely study to be a certified professional biller. My peeve is coding. My peeve is not necessarily banging you in the head to be a professional biller. And there are people on YouTube, their professionalism is billing and not coding. I am professionalism in the coding. The billing, I'll just kind of throw it in. Oh, yeah, no, I've been professional in the billing. I just don't drive y'all on the billing because the billing is cut and dry. Read it, do it, you got it. Coding, you need to think. Coding, you need a license to do that because you mess with people's money. Okay? The billing department, I know, let me give you a quick rundown between the two. Yes, it is different. Somebody told me that they didn't know that the billing was different than the code. The billing is totally different than the coding. It's in the same quad. It's in the same circle. One, you know, the 1, 2. I know. Go to one of my chats. I did that already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 10 circle around revenue cycle management. We're all finance. But in order for the billing to do what they need to do, you need to have dropped that code and get that thing out the door. Okay, it's a system that gets it out the door. If it kicks back, it's not going to kick back to you. It's going to kick back to the billers. So the billers need to find out, man, what happened. The biller say, okay, code is wrong. Okay, so now the biller needs to contact the coder. Okay, so Tina, you need to fix this, or can we so and so. The billers don't have authority to fix it. They cannot touch anything that has to do with the coding. That is a licensed coder who has to deal with that. If she do, she'll in trouble. Okay, the biller's job is to call. What happened to this claim? Call. Why didn't you pay us? Call. No, you should have gave us $100 instead of $50. No, you wrote off too much or you didn't pay it right. You see the role of the billers? They need to get on that phone and hustle. They need to get on that phone and make sure that they are steadfast with the person on the other end of that phone, because sometimes you have people on the other end that really have no idea how to do the billing or just not a professional, and they go, all right, well, no, we just didn't pay you, and then you got the bill on the other end, go, oh, all right. No, that's not how it's supposed to go. When you on that phone and you in that queue, and I'm in the office and I go, let me see what Renee doing. Click. So I'm looking, so I'm seeing what she's doing. Oh, okay, so she's on the phone. She's getting ready to type something in. Let me see what she's getting ready to put in there. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at Renee, talking to Trina, and based on what she's telling me, telling Renee, I can see what she puts in her system. And I can get an idea whether, okay, she didn't work hard enough, she gave up. I don't see a conclusion. What is the conclusion to the call? You're going to escalate this to your supervisor. You're going to review this. Here's your escalation code. That's what I want to see. I'm looking for escalation codes because I want to see that Trina on the other end is going to send this to the Blue Cross supervisor because 1, either they didn't pay us, 2, we didn't get the check, or 3, there's nothing cashed and we don't have a check number. So that's pretty much almost a little tiny bit of what the billers do. The billers do a lot more than the coders when it comes to communication and customer service. The coders, no. You guys are home, mostly. You guys are dealing with the nurses. You guys are dealing with the doctors, okay? You're not dealing with the patients, okay? You are not dealing with anything outside of your provider. That is the biller's job. So if the patient gets their statement and it goes 99214 was $340, okay? I don't know why it's $340. You know, they want to call them. That number is going to the billers, okay? In most cases, they have a big giant call center. It goes to the call center, okay? And their call center, if it's a billing question, they're going to reroute that to billing. So the billers, it's their job to go into their system, and they better make sure they got their queue open. The queue is where the billers are going to type in what's going on with this patient. So when the patient calls in, I got this bill, $200, $300. I don't know why. I don't know what the doctor did to me that was XYZ. And first you're going to verify her. You're going to see who she is, XYZ, and you're pretty much going to let her know, this is this because of that. And first thing you want to ask her, does she get explanation of benefits? Okay, because she should see every breakdown that happened to her on that day in her explanation of benefits. So even though it appears to look like the billers do a lot more than the coders, it's just a different type of field. The coders do not deal with patients. The coder's job is to code correctly. Why, Miss Lambert? Because the money comes from the coding. Okay, their backup is the billers. You see what I'm saying? So that's just like a car. A car can't run with four wheels. See, that's why we're all a team. So being a medical biller, it's a whole different ball game than being a coder. Now, coding is more self-centered. It's more, master what you know. The billers still have to master what they know. I mean, they still have to know HIPAA, federal regulations, everything that, we still have to know as coders. Okay? I won't say we as only coders, because I do the billing too. The billing, and I'm giving you this because some of you, I get a lot of emails. Ms. Lambert, I didn't know the billing was different from the coding. The billing is a lot different than the coding. So if you choose to just go into billing, just do the billing and just review the coding and the medical terminology. When you take that CPP, you're still going to still CPP. You're still going to still see a little bit of coding and different things in there. So don't sleep on it. I still would do both classes. Learn the coding. Learn the coding anyway. Okay, you can stop at the advanced classes. Okay, I don't do advanced classes on YouTube anyway. I just showing you how you're going to get to the advanced. The advanced classes are strictly on the Sapphire Academy. You guys don't have that on YouTube. Okay, but I always mention that's a part of my program because it is. So that's kind of a word to the wise of more of the differences in the medical billing. The medical billing, I mean, if that's what you just want to do, then just do the medical billing. To me, I would rather y'all just go ahead and learn both. To me, I'd rather y'all just do both CPB and CPC because it'll put you up there, put you above the rest. If you've been to college, no, I'm not hiring you just because you went to college. I can't hire you. I can't hire you as a coder because you just went to college. I can't hire you in college because you went to RHIT. You know what I'm saying? That's like it's a coder. It's still a coder program. It'll give you a drip more data and a drip more admin. But you still have to be certified coder. When you RHIA, that's administration. You still need to be on a certified level for that. So when you go into revenue cycle, when you go into the finance department, anything like that, they have to see that you mastery level. Because you're going to be responsible for working on your own and independently. When you're a coding specialist, I can't give you the provider documentation and codes and think you're going to code a $10,000, $100,000 case as a specialist. No, you're going to be home. You're going to be calling me all day. No, that's not the rule. The rule is you have to be certified. You're working at home. If I push these codes out to you and I'm pushing this paper out to you, it's like a legal documents. Documents, period, reports and patient's information, just HIPAA, federal regulation, iTech information. You're gonna learn that medical billing. Y'all are responsible for that. So if you have this patient's information at home and you're doing the billing, you're doing the coding or whatever you're doing, you have to keep that safe. You know what I'm saying? And you as a certified coder, you're responsible for getting that money and getting those codes right. Okay? When those codes are put in there, money populates as soon as you put the code in there. If you put 10 codes in there, the money's at the bottom, the codes go in there. At the end of the month, I need to know how much money the provider is about to get. I need to know how much money the specialist is getting ready to get. I know how much money I'm expected to get because the coder has already finished what she has to do, and this is what I should be expecting. If Dr. Henry in there holding on a case, we got a problem. He need to hurry up and finish that case so we can get this case coded and out the door. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of differences, in the billing and the coding, but again, there is responsibilities that you guys need to do. So, and this is just relating back to, again, medical billing and coding schools. Am I almost pissed off that they don't put CPC in their program? Am I almost pissed off that they give NHA and how the heck you say NHP? You understand what I'm saying? It's dead wrong. I mean, you're getting, $20-something thousand. I mean, can you spare the extra 5 or 6? You got to pay it back anyway. They don't give away nothing. They're not giving away anything unless you find one of these. I think in New York they have the billing and coding program. You do the tap and pell, and then you have the books should be included when you have the tap and pell. It's another one that you get. Okay, but that you're not going to be certified when you walk up out of there. They're not paying for that. They're not paying for that. How I would take advantage of that is take that tap and pell, go ahead and take that class, take what you know, because there's going to be no charge for them to at least show you what you need to do. Okay, I know in Georgia many years ago they used to give you you could get like a voucher or something to get books. Now you had to be under a certain type of income, I guess. I'm not really sure. But I do know the Tap and Pell will pay. Okay, they had a free program in Georgia years ago, like 25 years ago, something like that. I'm pretty sure they do. New York New York has one. New York still has one from I think about 10 years ago. They started one, but there's so many changes going on. You don't even know. Take it, because your next step is going to be to take a class like mine. Now you want to become on that higher level. The classes that I'm giving right now are from the beginning down. The split right here, once you finish all those specialties, which when I get ready to come back in, I'm gonna do 3 at a time just to get y'all rid of it. The advanced classes are what you're going to take in my classroom. That's why I have to give you tests and stuff. You got to do more practice. You have to do your CPC guide. That's where your CPC guide comes in. You have to have that. No, that ain't free. You got to pay that. So that's why I wanted to make sure that the program was affordable for you guys, because you still have to pay that. If you go in at the bookstore and you do the $13.49, it's still going to give you a payment plan. It's going to give you a payment plan. Okay, it'll give you a 4-month, and then it'll ask you, do you want a 6-month payment plan? And the program, it still lets you work at your own pace. But I want you guys to, if you want it, do it. You have to want something to do it. You remember the license I told you I was studying for? I know I'm always studying for different licenses. I had like a good hour left to even do it, and they gave me my score. It didn't there. And that's because if you want something extra, you want it under your belt, you're going to do it. I know, how did I study for it? And I'm doing the classes here, and I'm working, and then I'm still doing my other work. I have no idea, I don't know. But the same way how I study, I teach you the same way. Had I not studied the way that I did, I would not have passed. You listen, you record, you review, you copy, cite. Listen, record, review, copy, cite. Okay? I don't care if y'all play this back 100 times. You have to figure out how you're going to retain. The worst thing that you can do when you're studying is burn out. Do the hour and change, forget it, I'm done. Do the hour and change, forget it, I'm done. Don't burn yourself out. Okay? All right, so that's that about the billing and the coding. Do the promo I just put up there for you guys. Email me if you want to talk about the promo. You guys do the promo, I'm gonna give you everything same like how everybody else get. Okay? No, that's only for this class right here. If you looked at this class and you got through the whole thing, yes. The promo is I haven't even made it. I'm about to put it in there now. So the promo is, let's do M606. All right. So that's the promo for this class. Okay. It's M606. I don't know where I get the 606 from. M606. That is the promo for this class. And that M6, that I can't even get it right. The M606 is for this. And this is because they're getting ready to revamp, and I'm changing a couple of things in there. So while I'm changing, while administration is changing, we can do this. We can do that right there. Okay? And I've done this in the beginning. You might see me give a program for 49, 39, or 59. And the reason why I do that is because I need to have feedback from you guys. I need to have feedback. And whether it's good or bad, I still want the feedback. Every time you give me feedback, I improve. So if you give me feedback on this program, because that's who made it. My students created this program. Look at my bio, you'll see. I need to have the feedback from you. Ms. Lambert, now you know you got too many errors in here. Ms. Lambert, call administration right now. Okay. I'm gonna get on them right now. Ms. Lambert, can you add this in there, Ms. Lambert? You know, Ms. Lambert, maybe you should show them this too. That's how I make the program better. Okay? Especially since administration don't learn how to do it, AI. Okay? And me too. So, go ahead and do the promo. Do the $99. That $99 will get you in that head thing. That promo for that $99 is this one. And this is probably for some of y'all that are more advanced. Some of y'all, cause this one will have the test in there. Okay. This one will have the test in there. I'm about to put it in here right now, right? I'm gonna email it to them. They know what to do. And this one is for this one. This one, the reason why I'm doing this one is because if you are getting ready to take your test, you need practice. You need practice. Vicky, you're getting ready to take your test. Okay? Even though you wasn't in my class, okay? I want you to do the $99. I need to work with you one-on-one. We need to see how long it's going to take you to do that test, number one. I don't want you to waste $400 on CPC before you take my test. If you cannot pass my test, then I'm going to say don't take it. I want you to time yourself, okay? No, my specific exams are not in the Sapphire Academy. I have those exams to give to you. I do have folders in there. The Sapphire Academy you will be viewing. The bookstore you will be doing your downloading. Okay. I haven't rest assured to actually put the pre-exams in there, because a lot of people are asking me that. No, I'm not going to put them in there. You have to do the pre-exams with Sapphire Academy. But just make sure you use those promo codes. Those promo codes are for this class only. But Vicky, I know you're getting ready to take your test and we talked about it. So yes, I want you to take the CPC pre-exam. It's 150 questions and I want you to pass. If you don't pass that test, Vicky, I'm going to say halt. I'm going to say halt on taking your exam for now. We need a little bit more time. So go ahead and do that promo and send me an email. They'll send it to me anyway. So you and I can work one-on-one. And I want you to pass that test on the first try. Okay. Do not forget to get your CPC guide. Okay. I'm already an hour in. I gotta go. What time is it? What do we do? 11:30, 12:30, and then at 1:30. Okay. So that's it. So we're gonna almost close out. If you have any issues with the playlist, because I don't know, did anybody have any issues with TikTok yesterday? I could not get into TikTok for anything. If you have any issues with the YouTube, let me know. I still have those videos. Okay, so the videos are regular. You can get it regular download, or you can get it from YouTube. Okay. I'm trying to remember where I got a million flash drives, but we got them somewhere. Okay. Um, what else? But this is very important. Do not forget, if you sign up for a medical billing school or coding school, you have to be certified. So don't go in there and the first thing they should be telling you along with the initiation is, do we pay for your CPC, which is 400 and change. And you have to be a member to take that test. Okay, you gotta be a member to take that test. Okay, and the membership is like $180. I don't know if it's $180. Okay, go ahead and see. It changed a few times. Go on in and see, how much the exam is now. Whether you take it online now. I know somebody asked me this question too, Miss Lambert. What did you say? Okay, it's time for me to go. I got 15 minutes. I know. We got a test to do. Yeah, everybody's scared. Don't be scared. Okay, don't be scared when it's time for you to take your test. Y'all made me lose my train of thought. Go to APC and see their membership and see how much it costs to take your test. I would prefer you take your test in person. Okay, when you take your test in person, you can take it again if you fail. If you take it online, you cannot take it again. And yeah, it's just like a proctor. They have to check your camera, this and that and there. Okay, I would prefer you just sit down and take it. Okay, but don't get me wrong. It's no different. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you take your time. Okay, take your time. You do what you need to do. Just think. Okay, and remember that you have minutes and seconds to get through. Minutes and seconds to get through. I shouldn't say take my time. I can't think of the word right now, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Pay attention. Pay attention to the case. Okay? Pay attention to how long it's going to take you. Look in I don't know what chat that I put in there, but I did give YouTube one of my HIM exams. Okay, I gave y'all one of those exams. I don't know which one it is, but to kind of play around with. My friend from yesterday, if you archive this video, get that test. Go get that test. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, you fail by 3, which still is nothing. You failing by 3 is telling me that you are capable of passing that test. It's a certain point where you are weak. So I would get the HIM test and take it. Which chat I put that HIM test in? I swear I can't even tell you. But send me an email. I'll send you the test. Okay, send me an email. I'll send you the test. Just for anybody, any of y'all on YouTube. This is for my big platform, YouTube, wherever you guys are. Okay, if you're in school and you need to take that test, you need to take that. Don't waste your time going to building and coding school for nothing. Okay, because I ain't hiring you if you're on a CPC, or even if you're not gearing towards that, because you have to be at mastery level to mess with those reports. You're talking about the doctor's reports and what he did. What if he did the right leg and he's supposed to do the left? You're gonna find out because you're gonna read. You see what I'm saying? That's how important the coding is. The billers don't see that. This stops right there. All right, if you see something funky, you better call me and say something. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm going to see it anyway. But what I'm saying is make sure you pay attention. Okay, so those of you who got your books, okay, I'm talking to Sapphire right now. Those of you who have your books, I don't want you all over the place. Okay, so you start with medical billing. 1 chapter medical billing, exercises in medical billing workbook, test. Your tests are already loaded in Sapphire Academy. You finish with your test, put it in your phone. I'm going in there right now so I can check and see everybody's folders in there. Okay, I know some of y'all I ain't checked yet, but If you're not savvy yet with opening the folders in there, let me know. And some of you are looking at the Sapphire Academy on your phone. Some of you need to look at it on your laptop. All you need to do is go type in Teams and then sign in. That's all you need to do. Type in Teams and sign in. Okay. Um, on your phone, yeah, it's a lot easier because you can download the app. If you already have Microsoft Teams, just say you want to add an account. So your account you want to add is just Sapphire email that we created for you. The password that we send you, put the password in there. It's going to say change password. It may say it's just a school account or it's a personal account. No, it's just school account. Pick school. Okay, your email is a school email, just like any other school, you know. Attach your email. Do the Microsoft account so you can get your Microsoft email. Once you get your Microsoft email, you can add your school email to your Outlook email. Okay, so that's a word to the wise. Make sure you guys do that. Okay, so I'm gonna shut down now. You guys send me whatever you need to send me so we can get you in the right place. But that's how we navigate through the free course. Okay, I'm just checking it because every time I put one up, there's something wrong with it. Okay, that's how we navigate through the free course. So I'm gonna shut this down. I'll see y'all again probably tomorrow. I've seen 4 thumbnails up there. I don't even know what they are. I'm about to look at them. Hopefully we'll get to them. That one better not be for tomorrow. I'm not really keen on doing videos on Sunday, y'all. That's my day. So I'm pretty sure they probably got it for Monday or so. But anybody who come across my channel, make sure you watch this video so you know how to get those free classes. You want to be in the school, you want to be in the academy, do those promos, okay? If you go in there and that promo doesn't work, I just haven't done it yet. Shoot me an email, Miss Lambert. You said you're gonna give us a class for $59. All right, but you got to get it from the website, okay? You got to get it from the website. I'm just trying to see if I do have anything. And no, the $99 class is on there. Okay, that's gonna come with everything. And like I'm working on the step-by-step book. I got to get permission to give you that book, so I can't just give you that book. So I have permission. I own the rights to the other one, so I have to get the rights to the step-by-step book. But regardless, even if we don't have the rights to the step-by-step book, so I can give you the whole book, I have the right to show you the book. So I always use the book in y'all's classroom, okay? But if you want to just see something in the book, you can go to eBay.com or whatever and get the book for $10. They might have it for $3. All right, so I gotta go. Y'all know how I link.